Good moto morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Kraken's Garage. I'm your host, Eric. What Kraken brings to the table is over 45 years of riding and 1 million miles worth of experience. On today's journey, we are taking an epic journey on my Vespa 946, where I take it up to Pennsylvania and tour several areas of Pennsylvania for a 700-mile trip. And I get to meet up with many amazing people, and I hope to take you along for that journey. Let's get cracking. Scoot my way over to Flint Hill, Virginia, and then we'll cut across Front Royal, where a lot of my family is. You folks have seen this road many times. It's probably one of my most favorite roads in the state of Virginia, so got to take advantage of it even if you're nearby and see these epic views. I'm very excited to meet Steve of ScooterintheSticks. He and I have been chatting on ADV Rider for several years ago, and when he decided to start a YouTube channel, I reached out to him and answered a few of his questions and kind of gave him some thought process for enjoying his channel. To have some success on his channel, I should say. And my golly, his channel has just blown up. He's done a fantastic job. I have him linked down below if you would like to check him out. The second person I'm very anxious to meet for the very first time as well is Andy. He works for Penn State. I believe he's a graphic illustrator. I've been following my scooter antics on my channel for a couple of years now, and he's just a solid individual, and I can't wait to meet him and get some riding with him. He had an incident where his clutch went out on his Vespa, and kudos to Steve. Steve loaned him his Vespa, and he's going to ride the Royal Himalayan or the Kawasaki W650, because Andy was really kind of bummed that he wasn't going to get to go. So kudos to Steve on that. Again, the scooter and motorcycle community in my lifetime, there's no stronger bond between people. It doesn't matter about your race, creed, or color, religion, what you do for a living. You could be a plumber, or you could be a brain surgeon. You have one common denominator, and that's the ride. And that's exactly why I'm taking this trip. I wanted to meet these two individuals. Be a third individual, I apologize, I don't remember his name. He's a friend of Steve's, but we'll share that when we catch up and ride with him. Passing through Front Royal, this is the Twin Bridges. First stop, Berkeley Springs, where several of my scooter thugs are going to meet me there. I love the term scooter thugs. It's kind of an oxymoron, like jumbo shrimp. You just don't think of scooter and thugs. So I think it fits nicely for my friends that ride scooters as well. If you don't know, this particular bike is 155 cc's, and to take these long trips is kind of a challenge for me. I enjoyed it immensely. So Steve, Andy, Paul, Steve's friend Paul, and another gentleman, I'm sorry I forgot your name, sir, rode down from Pennsylvania to this diner here where we had a lovely lunch and got to break bread and kind of introduce myself. I've never met any of these folks. And we had a nice bite to eat, and we hit the road, headed back to State College. I was thankful Steve led the ride, as he knew the back roads that were kind of fun to ride for all of us. Now the challenge here is when I installed my navigation on this scooter, I had to tear apart the whole belly pan on the bike, run the wires down, yada yada yada. Anyway, I slapped it all back together in 100-degree heat under duress because I'm worried about getting on the road. I cannot go anywhere without a nap. I'm that bad on directions. And of course, I bumped the resistor. It must have come loose, so I have no turn signals for the entire trip. So I was very fortunate the people that I got to ride with let me squeeze in between you guys, and you're going to be my turn signals while I do the old hand signal thing for 700 miles till I get home, and I have time to tear it back down and repair it. On our scenic ride back to State College, we stopped for ice cream. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a sweet tooth, so I passed on that and just rehydrated with some water to get my color vision back, as it had been a long day. So Steve, Scooter and the Sticks, had reserved a room for me at the local motel. It was amazing. I had this breathtaking view of a golf course, and the room was just absolutely spot on perfect. And I dumped my bike off at Steve's house, where we were going to reconvene for some takeout food and have supper at his house. And I had the honor and privilege of meeting Steve's lovely wife, Kim. Andy and his lovely wife, I got to meet her. Sue, I believe, is her name. Please don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I'm terrible with names. Steve came and picked me up in the morning. We got suited up, gassed up on the bikes, and he dusted his Vespa off. And Paul joined us as well, and we had a very nice breakfast at the local diner in their local area. And from there, my next stop was to head west. I wanted to meet up with some other folks. So Steve and Paul chose a ride that was heading us west, so we weren't going east and then having to double back. We rode up through these beautiful, beautiful state parks. As luck would have it, some rangers were going through some training or orientation there. We lined the three Vespas up for some very nice scenic pics of the area. The area had this beautiful river flowing right through it, and you could rent canoes, enjoy the state park. I must say, the state parks in Pennsylvania are just primo. I've never been in one I haven't adored. They're just amazing, well kept, and very enjoyable places to go ride and check out. So I said goodbye to Steve and Paul, and they put me on 322, I believe, was the route, and that took me east to west over to north of Pittsburgh, where I got to briefly hang out with Thomas and Jody of PurpleOnThree, my very near and dear friends, and PSPTommyG. See all these banners hanging down? These are war heroes from this very town of Reynoldsville. I've seen this in many towns here, and they post up a photograph of each individual that served from these small towns. Cheers to Pennsylvania. Fancy meeting you here. Hey there, Molly.
I'm just talking to Thomas.
I have my earplugs in. All I can tell you is I'm going to beat you in spades. I can't hear you, though. Got to get together and ordered some takeout food at Devil's Barbecue, and we pigged out and had a great evening that evening. It was good fun. I also, while at Tom and Jody's, had the experience of getting to see a calf being born. This bull was huge for a calf. So the mom was having a problem delivering the birth, and to make matters worse, it was a breech birth. I did not participate. I just was running up to the barn to get supplies to help them deliver this calf. But as luck would have it, the calf has survived and is standing on his own and breathing on his own. Normally when you have a breech birth, the odds slim down of it surviving to not very good odds. This is a strong calf and he's going to make it. So the next day we had torrential downpours, and that gave me time to do some minor repairs on the scoot that I needed to get done. And from there, we got up the next morning and I got on the road to start to head home. I have a long journey to get home. It was a glorious day. The temperatures could not have been any better. It was overcast, cool. One of those days where you're wearing your perforated jacket and sometimes you're chilly, and when the sun pops out of the clouds, you kind of get hot. So it was just in between and just perfect.
You all set? You're on camera.
I was blessed to have Thomas and Jody almost ride a third of the way home with me. They were enjoying the ride so much. They peeled off from me around Altoona, Pennsylvania, as they were heading over to Kissel Motorsports because Thomas is semi in the market for a new bike and needs to sell his Harley to help foot the bill for it. And of course on this journey, anybody that's a Vespa enthusiast, this is a very rare bike. So first up was Andy to have a crack at it. He had a nice good long ride on it. Unfortunately, the last tire I installed is either out of round or it's a bad tire, so he had that going down the road. I was rather ashamed of that. I'm just too cheap to replace a tire that's still got lots of tread left on it. My apologies, Andy. The next up was Steve. He took a ride on it for a short. He didn't spend as much time on it, and he got to experience it as well. And then Paul got to ride it as well. He rides a Primavera with actually the same powertrain as this bike, just on a smaller, lighter bike. So Paul got to experience it as well. I enjoy spreading the love of all things on motorcycles, so tossing the keys to competent people to experience a different bike that they normally would have never gotten to ride, I think that's pretty friggin' cool. The most priceless part of this journey was getting to meet these legends and spend some time with them and getting to know them and hearing about their life, their adventures, their plans, their future, and getting to know people. I'm kind of a conservative person and I hide my own shell. I always have, and part of YouTube was stepping out of that comfort zone and putting yourself out there. The community I feel like I have built on my channel is amazing, and the people that interact with me, the comments are always in kind. It really is nicest place on YouTube to come and to one of my videos and just read the comments. The people are amazing. It is my goal as I take my future rides and travels in my life to meet all these great people. Some globally, some not, some locally, some couple states away. I will start chipping away at it as I did on this particular trip, as well as I hope I get to cross paths with old friends on those journeys as well. I'm a very blessed man. I'm a very wealthy man as a result of YouTube and this small channel. This video is getting kind of long-winded, but I wanted to put that out there for you. And even if you do it on a small scooter or a 900-pound Harley sitting over my shoulder, it's all about the journey, the destination, and the people. And put yourself out there, and you'll meet some amazing, amazing people. You'll enrich in your life, and you will become more trusting of mankind. And when you see so much atrocity on the news and all the bad things that are happening in the world, the edge of World War III, pandemics, etc., there's wonderful people out there. You just got to go put yourself out there and go meet them. Don't let anybody tell you can't take that journey on a small bike. Don't let anybody tell you can't take that journey and go out and meet new people. Make the time, make it happen. How it happened with these folks is, hello, ScooterintheSticks, I'm on my way. All right, see you in a little while. Goodbye. Hello, Thomas and Jody, I'm on my way. See you in a little bit. Of course I asked. I'm being sarcastic, but they're excited to have me, and I'm thankful, and I hope they swing through Virginia and I can return the favor someday. So I'm blessed you folks have taken the time out of your life to see one of my journeys, and I hope it was worth your while to watch today. Thank you for joining me today, and remember folks, go riding because it's good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.